I've talked to some retired guys, and the one thing that was hard for them to adjust is they're not on the in anymore. Like they're on the outskirts. They haven't been, shunned, but at the same time, like you're not on the job and you don't get treated the same way. I don't know why that is, but I've had guys retire and they'll hit me up and I'll even see them on the phone. I'm like, what the fuck they want? Like they're not, they're not a part of the in crowd anymore. It's kind of sad. I,
Well, I say I have this, this thin line on my little flag back here, and that's a very controversial thing, right? Didn't used to be. That's another thing that's changed over the last couple of years, and people have twisted it into this thing that it's not. But maybe we'll get down that road. But I I've noticed that guys retire, guys leave, and they're not part of that little line anymore, and they really should be.
yeah,
And I think that kind of almost goes to show, like, as a career, as a police community, and I don't know if it used to be different, but I can just speak to this era, is we're not as good to each other as we should be. Like, people, oh, this thin line of silence and all this blah blah blah. It's like you should see the backstabbing within that little line
yeah,
and how we treat our retirees. Like, it
yep,
isn't what you think this is. I mean, the meaning of it is great, but it truly doesn't mean what it people want it to mean
yeah.
in any sense of it.
So I'll I'm not sure how much you get on the Reddits, and I'm gonna tread
Only for
lightly.
porn, but go ahead.
Totally understandable. It's free there, but
Yeah.
uh, and I don't want the wrath of the Reddits because they already are anti-cop, and if they get a hold of me talking about them, but the common theme on Reddit and stuff like that is that thin blue line is to I'll get into that part in a second, but they have a thing on Reddit called "I'm very badass." Have you ever seen that subreddit?
I probably have stumbled across it,
Okay,
yes.
so this is what the thin blue line kind of reminds me of, and this is one of my irritations with police. Like, they're like, I'm the justice that stands between the evil you won't face, so you can sleep at night and da 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 da. I hate that. I hate that mindset. I get it. Yeah, that's what you're doing in a sense. You're running towards danger when other people don't. Cool. But when you come across as like that guy that needs to brag about it, I guess, or you don't think you are, but you're walking around with a shirt that says, I'm the one that faces the darkness. I'm the light in the darkness, Batman or whatever the hell you want to say.
Yeah.
I'm like, I it's kind of cringy to me. And I'm like, okay, I am very badass. Like, I get it. You're a fucking hero. Cool. And I think that's what gives us kind of a bad name with the thin blue line and stuff like that. Now, flip the script. I don't think you should be ashamed of it either. As you can see in the background, I can't point because
Oh,
everything's
yeah, I see it.
inverted.
Yeah, I see it.
I've got my own thin blue line flag, and I've had people give me shit. You probably shouldn't have that on there. If you want to get viewers and stuff like that, that may turn them off right away. I'm like, I don't give a shit. It's who I am. I'm also a nerd. I got Star Wars shit all over. Like, the point.
Are you excited for Ahsoka, by the way?
Oh my God, you have
Oh, it's gonna be
no
so good.
clue. You've
It's gonna be
no.
so good.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
excited about
Anyway,
that.
sorry, I
They
didn't
got
mean
a
to ruin your rant.
great person to play Ahsoka too, and she totally dived into it. Anyway, I'll get into that later. But so I've stepped back and I'm like, what is the thin blue line to me? So traditionally, for those listening, if you're not familiar with the thin blue line, what it started out as is basically it is the line between good and evil, and that there's no distinction. Like, it's people doing bad acts and the good people that are willing to stand there while they protect the people behind them. Like, that is what that line is supposed to represent, generalized in a nutshell. It's not the thin blue line of silence where officers stay quiet for each other. In full disclosure, yeah, there's stuff that cops do that we're not going to rat on each other about, but it's not criminal stuff. It's bullshit stuff. If I'm playing on my phone for 20 minutes at work, that's a policy violation. That is,
Tell me that the ball bearing guys aren't doing that too. When they're supposed
Exactly.
to be making ball bearings for us,
Yeah, you
they're on
fucking
their
ball
phone too.
bearing,
We're human beings, man. We want to
yeah.
take a break and look at some memes, all right?
Yeah, poorly made ones at that, We're
Especially.
not asking for quality memes. We're just want the poorly made ones. But that is the type of stuff that we overlook. He didn't fill his patrol car up before the end of shift. Am I going to go rat him out? No. Now, if I'm the one getting on shift, I'm going to go look at the camera, see who the fuck had that car last, and I'm going to bitch him out, or I'm going to, dump trash all over in their mailbox at work. I'm going to do some petty shit if you didn't fill the car up.
Classic.
But that is the thin blue line of silence if you want to talk about it. Now, way back in the day, way before cameras and all that shit, maybe that was a thing. I'm not saying it came out of nowhere. But maybe that was a thing. But that ain't the case today, I don't think. It definitely was never the thing in my era of policing. But the point I'm getting to is the thin blue line to me is this. If Lenny, if you die in the line of duty, or you get seriously hurt, or whatever it is, for the rest of your life, your family is going to not need or want anything. At least I hope not. I, as somebody that works with you personally, am going to make sure that, your kids have a ride to prom. They, somebody's there to walk them down the aisle, if another family member doesn't step up or whatever it is. But that is what the thin blue line is to me, because you could be an office worker. When you die, you could have been there 10, 15 years. When you die, they're going to have a luncheon for you. There's going to be some people that were close to you that are going to try to check in on your family, maybe for the next year. But let's be optimistic. Let's say the next 3 to 5 years, but not for life, and definitely not at the extent that they're going to do for firefighters, family, police officers, military. Like, there's going to be people that check in on you for life and try to make sure you're taken care of. That, to me, is what the thin blue line is. So I don't know if you agree with me, but that's what it is to me.